Hello everybody, it is Megan and welcome back to the Thedailyladies channel. This is going to be the first video up since we went on holidays. So for sure keep an eye out on this channel because tomorrow there will hopefully be a video up with all our amalgamation of all the videos we took on holidays in one big video for you all to enjoy, and hopefully Sunday or Monday there might be a story time video up, so for sure check that out. And this is another Friday PJ vlog with moi, and I have no wine tonight. No, I'm too exhausted for wine, so I think I'll take a chill. So tonight my PJs are an Aerosmith shirt and some checked shorts for bed. I like to keep it comfortable and mismatched. So yes, hello, and I'm sorry if I look a bit weird tonight. Since last Friday when you saw me, all my skin has gone down quite a lot, so thank God the sea air got rid of all the bumps on my face, so it's cleared back to its regular way, so thankfully, for that. And my tan is half coming off and I've been trying to gradually tan. I only started last night, so I have to do more tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be back to looking dark and wonderful for the summer. On Monday for sure health vlogs will be back. I want to start doing a bit. I've started the booty tea talks tonight, so I'll be a few days in by then, so I'll be able to tell you how I'm getting on and my experience of it, and I'll be getting back into my exercise routine. I kind of fell off the wagon and ate a lot of bread. I ate a lot of bread, guys, but I'll talk about that on Sunday or Monday in my storytime vlog. So yes, here's another PJ vlog where I talk about random things that come to my head, and I've kind of thought about this one. So yes, tonight I'm going to talk about being a fangirl or fanboy, fangirls and fanboys, being a fan in general of something. Okay, so through our childhood, our teenage years and our adulthood, we all have something we're big fans of. You're what you're obsessed with, or what you really love, or enjoy doing, even enjoy watching, or any sort of thing. TV show, films, books, characters, actors and actresses and such. It changes and there's always going to be a new something you're obsessed with. Or like my mom loved George Clooney for a long time. George, if you're watching this, you broke her heart when you got married. You really broke her heart, okay? She will never forgive you for that. I'm disgusted. She really hoped you would come and knock on the door and take her away. But yes, at the moment I'm currently a huge fan of Johnny Depp, in case you couldn't even notice at all, because I never talk about him or anything like that. And before that was Leonardo DiCaprio, and I used to be a huge fan of Robert Pattinson. I still love Robert Sheehan so much. I love Robert Sheehan and Heath Ledger. I still love them all, but at the moment Johnny Depp's like higher order. And I think I don't want to talk about how great it is to be a fangirl. I actually want to talk about the annoying things of being a fan of something, such as overly possessive fans. Nothing actually in particular triggered this, so I'm not actually bitching about anyone or anything like that. This is just something that I was thinking about that really annoys me. So there are some fans out there in groups that are really dedicated or really devoted to the thing that they're obsessed with, be it a group or a musician, whatever it is. Let's just take Johnny Depp while we're talking about it, so that I don't have to keep listing all the things you can be a fan of. So say for example, like there is like huge fan base out there for Johnny Depp. There's thousands of people love him of all ages for different reasons. Some people just appreciate his acting, some people think he's gorgeous, some people like young Johnny Depp, some people like Johnny Depp now. There's all these crazy things, but there are certain fans in every fan group that would be considered overzealous or over obsessed. And there's nothing wrong with being, like crazy dedicated to someone, because if you found they changed your life, or if you really loved them, or if you've loved them for years and years and have never grown out of them, and there's nothing wrong with being really involved with that person. But I think the one thing that you kind of have to remember is we don't actually know them in person, unless you had the chance to meet them or they're your friend and you're like a huge fan of your friend, which would be a bit odd, but you know, to each their own. But you know, I don't know Johnny Depp personally. I you know, I haven't sat in his house for tea. I can only assume that the person that I see in interviews or behind the scenes of films, or what I read about him or what other people say about him can be to be true. See, I can only assume it's true. I don't actually know what the guy's like. I may just love this image or this, you know, projection of a person. I don't know if he's actually not the way I think he is, and you know, that's okay too. You know, I might just be in love with the idea of him, but all I know is that I really do. I love everything about him that I seem to know or I would assume to be true about him. I love, you know. And you know, I know there are certain fans out there who really are that way, and then there are fans out there who think they know them. Oh God, it really gets on my nerves. Like it really grates at me when people think they know this person so well that they know what they would think or this is how they'd react to everything. And it's okay every once in a while to be like, oh, you know, I bet you Johnny Depp would be like, whatever, you know. You know, that's okay, it's a joke. There's some people who are really dead set on it being like, oh, you know, Johnny Depp wouldn't like that. Or how could he be married to Amber Heard, because he doesn't like that sort of person, because Johnny likes this sort of person and he only thinks about this sort of person and this is his type, so I don't see that working at all. No, okay, honeys, if you happen to be that person that's watching this, I hate to break it to you, but it's not, no, you don't know how they think, how they react to situations. You can't assume people they like and dislike. You can't assume of other fans that, oh, he wouldn't like you if he ever met you because you're not like this. Whereas I'm like, I find myself to be really like his type because he really likes girls who are like this, or he really likes guys who are like this. It doesn't work like that. We don't know them, and we can't assume that, you know, they're going to be this person that we think they are. They're going to like certain people. We don't know that. Another thing we don't know is, okay, you know, I still would have dislikes on certain celebrities based on what I would assume to be true about them. There are certain celebrities I just don't like and I can't ever like, but I don't know them, you know, so I'll put my hands up and say that sometimes I make prejudgments on celebrities. I would assume that maybe they're not the type of person I would like to know, and, you know, that I can't put my hand up and admit that I've done that, and I still do that sometimes. But no, I don't actually know celebrities, and I assumed for a long time that I definitely must not like Amber Heard because, I don't know, she seemed like she was really bitchy. I don't actually know that. She could be a really lovely person. So Amber Heard, if you're watching, I am sorry that I assumed that about you. There are people who are just so happy to see the person they're a fan of, you know, being happy in relationships, and then there are others who just can't stand it. There is a certain young model that I follow on Instagram that I'm not going to name because I don't want to upset anybody, who happens to be rumoured, or maybe she is now for sure, I don't know, to be going out with a member of a certain, you know, popular young boy band at the moment. And for some reason, these young fangirls got it right into their heads that she must be a bitch and a horrible person and nobody would like her, and this guy from this boy band definitely doesn't like her and will comment under every single photo to say, you're too skinny, you're too this, your hair's too like this, you wouldn't be his type because he's actually really vulnerable and, you know, he doesn't like those sort of girls and you're not that sort of girl and you couldn't give him the love that we could give him. And I understand people are like, oh, like, still in their head that tiny ambiguous, like that little bit of hope that, oh, maybe it could be me that go out with them, and it's a little bit sad. You're a little bit like, I really wish you weren't going out with someone so that you could be with me. But they can't, because they're human beings and they have a right to go out and fall in love with and be happy with whoever they want without it being any of our business if they don't want it to be. And Johnny Depp happens to be someone who's actually quite open about the people he's in relationships with, and still would be open, always talks about Amber in interviews when asked and will never close up about it. And some celebrities don't like to talk about their relationships and don't think that that's something that people need to know, and sometimes you kind of have to respect that. And I assumed I didn't like Amber Heard, not because she's gone out with Johnny Depp, I just assumed I didn't like her for whatever reason at the time, and now I actually don't know her, but what I do know is that they seem to be happy, and there's no point in me reading headlines about, oh, they must be having a marital breakdown. because you don't know anything about the relationship or the people in the relationship is true. You don't know whether that's just idle gossip that's being made by sources that don't really count. So please don't be that person who thinks you have to hate on the person they're in a relationship with because you're jealous of that person or because you think you know the celebrity that you're a fan of. You know, I just don't think that makes any sense, really. You know, like, I mean, I swear, this model that I follow on Instagram, they destroy her. They literally destroy her on the smallest things. Like, there happened to be one where she had taken a picture of herself, you know, with some nice cleansing routine going on in her face to say that she wore a lot of makeup because of her job and that she's happy to just be able to let her skin breathe. People are commenting like, we can see your boobs. And this guy that I'm not going to name wouldn't like that about you, and you shouldn't be posting photos like that when you're in relationships and stuff like that. Oh my god, like why? Why are you so zealous? And then there are people who don't like to let new fans in because suddenly they don't count because they're new fans of a group, so they shouldn't be a part of the group because they're new. No, okay? You don't know. They might have never heard of this person and then they found out about them maybe years after a big fan group has been established, and you can't just be like, oh, you can't be a part of this. Everyone could be a fan of whoever the hell they like, and nobody should ever judge someone for being a fan of something after a long time. I didn't like Nirvana until like 3 years ago, and I had never even known anything about them. Like, I knew that song Smells Like Teen Spirit. I didn't know any of the lyrics or anything, but I knew that one. And then my friend introduced them to me. I became obsessed with them for like a whole summer. And I would just kind of appreciate them. Like, I wouldn't call myself like a major fan. But like, there'd be some people who'd be like, oh, you're too young to like any of these people and you shouldn't be allowed. And I hate it when new fans come in and think they know everything. They're allowed to be a part of a fan group. They're not infiltrating something. They're not trying to destroy something. They just have a mutual appreciation, just like you do. They appreciate the same thing and worship and love the same thing that you do, and you should be so welcoming of them, and you know, you should be happy that there's more people that likes the person you like, you know, because you can't own a celebrity, you can't own a book, you can't own a piece of music. You can have your own connection with it, for sure, or with them. You can have your own reasons for liking it, but you can't stop other people from liking it. And you certainly can't get annoyed if you happen to be someone who like was one of the first to like something and now all these people like them and it just doesn't feel the same and the group doesn't feel the same as it used to because all these new people joined in, and I just really hate it because they make us look bad. No, they don't. It just, they're getting bigger and more famous and more people are enjoying following them, and I don't know, it just really gets on my nerves. Like, I think everyone should just appreciate that everyone likes to just can't even over something. And there's always going to be someone else who can't even over the same thing you can't even, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be like, I have to keep Johnny Depp in my basement because, like, why should anybody else ever even like him because he absolutely belongs to me? Because that's not true. P.S. It is true. He is in my basement. Don't call the police, okay? Please. He's safe. You may hear him muffling and screaming and banging on the walls, but that's okay. He's well fed and he's got air. I'm just joking. I obviously don't have him in my basement. Don't come knocking on my door looking for him. I don't have him. But yeah, no, as I said, you can't own something. So if you are a fan of something and there are other fans that tend to be overzealous and given a bad name to your group because they might start fights with people over the littlest things or try to overly defend the person they love or think they know the person they love, just be like, chill, please, chill out, and then get on with your life. I just thought I'd have a little rant about it because that's how I feel. So before this hits 15 minutes, thank you very much for listening, and there'll be more videos, and stay tuned to our account, and I love you all so much, and I will talk to you soon, so goodbye.